News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
Good evening. We are talking about unseasonably warm, but not completely unusual for the Bay Area for this time of year. We are in first alert weather mode because of our October heat, but people around the Bay Area don't seem to mind. We saw a few people sunbathing in San Francisco's Dolores Park, where it was in the 80s today. And further inland, where it was much hotter, this mom and her baby named Sammy were just splashing around in a fountain in Livermore to cool off. And it will get even hotter tomorrow. A spare the air alert has been issued, so that means avoid driving if you can. And if you are looking to cool down at the coast, stay away from the water. The National Weather Service is warning about dangerous surf and sneaker waves. All right, let's get to Paul Hagan with more on our first alert weather today and possibly tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow is another first alert weather day. In fact, this October heat wave is going to peak tomorrow with temperatures reaching up to near record territory. It's nice out there this evening. A nice look towards downtown San Francisco. Temperatures are beginning to back down from what was a hot day. Let's take a look at where we did top out on this Wednesday afternoon. Made it up to 90 degrees in San Jose and Morgan Hill. Only 84 degrees in Los Gatos, but you're going to be about 10 degrees hotter than that tomorrow. Temperatures did climb up close to 90 degrees inland in the East Bay, also into the upper 80s for Redwood City, but only upper 60s along the coast in Half Moon Bay. You're going to be a good dozen degrees warmer than that tomorrow. The light offshore wind is going to push that warmer air towards the coast. Temperatures around the Bay, San Francisco and Oakland did climb well into the 80s, and we had some 90-degree readings farther north, up to 90 degrees in Novato. And Santa Rosa made it all the way up to 93 degrees this afternoon, one of the hot spots around the entire Bay Area. We're going to see near record or record-breaking high temperatures across the entire Bay Area as we head through Thursday afternoon, and then some huge changes kick in as we head into the weekend. Details on that coming up in the full forecast.
All right, see you soon. Well, many of us got a reminder today that we live in earthquake country. A magnitude 4.2 quake shook Northern California this morning. So where was it? Well, it was centered near the Delta town of Ileton, about 30 miles south of Sacramento, and that's right across from places like Pittsburgh and Antioch in Contra Costa County. But according to this map from the USGS, it was felt along the coast and as far south as the Santa Cruz area. So far, we haven't heard of any reports of significant damage, but the quake did knock a couple of bottles off the shelves at this liquor store. 300,000 people across the Bay Area got an alert on the My Shake app warning them about a magnitude 5.7 quake. Our Leslie Gooden tells us for some, the alert may have been scarier than the actual quake.
At 9:29 a.m., residents throughout the Bay Area received an emergency alert notification from USGS Shake System about the 4.2 magnitude earthquake near the community of Ileton. But it was felt by many neighbors in Antioch, like Melanie.
My kitchen light started shaking, and then the counter started shaking, and I just kind of braced myself a little bit.
The mom of two says seconds later, her phone went off.
My phone alerted with the national, alert, which was a surprise because we've never gotten alerts from, earthquakes before.
She says thankfully there wasn't any damage inside or outside of her home, but feels like the alert made her panic.
Mixed feelings about it because I feel like it kind of brought on some extra panic than was really necessary. So then because of that, I was kind of waiting and expecting something bigger. So when you feel the shaking, where are you supposed to go?
Her 4-year-old son, Harry, was here too, but it didn't rattle him too much. He even showed us what to do in an event of an earthquake.
This is all you need to know, folks. You heard it here first from a four-year-old.
Advice that the USGS says everyone should do when alerted.
What we want to do is to get alerts to people that need them the most. So what we do is we deliver alerts to people, or alerts are delivered to people rather, that could feel shaking about the equivalent of a truck.
Robert tells us that it's expected that people who were not in close proximity to the earthquake still received the alert. Did the alert system work how it was intended to today?
Yes, the Shakeler system performed as expected today. And one thing that is important to know is that we need to move very quickly. So there is a delicate balance between speed and accuracy.
And Melanie says, as a native Californian, she is bracing for whenever the next earthquake may hit.
Take cover, protect yourselves, And I kind of thought, okay, is this a big one? Is this going to be, you know, Loma Prieta, which I actually wasn't alive for, but, you know, a big one that I've never experienced.
All right, don't be alarmed if you get another quake notification on your phone tomorrow. It is a test alert. It's expected to go out at 10:19 a.m. tomorrow morning. It is part of California's Great Shakeout Drill. It is only a drill. All right, now to the latest out of Israel. President Biden says Egypt has agreed to deliver some aid to the Gaza Strip, and Israel says they won't block the trucks. Biden visited the region hoping to prevent a wider conflict in the region. Hours before he left, there was an explosion at a hospital in Gaza. Neither side is taking responsibility for the blast. Tensions are rising here at home. Students at multiple Bay Area hospitals walked out of the classroom today to call for a ceasefire. Jose Martinez has their story.
I'm here at Balboa High School, just one of many schools in San Francisco that participated in the first student walkout for Gaza. I spent some time talking to one of the students, and she has a lot to say. Students here at Balboa High School are taking a stance.
We refuse to stay silent. This cycle of violence must end.
Many protesting on Wednesday in support of Palestine, demanding an immediate ceasefire.
Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Behind this demonstration is Ishel, a 16-year-old junior at Balboa High School. Half Farsi and half Latina, she felt a deep connection to the ongoing conflict in Gaza and decided to take action.
My first plan of action was we made an Instagram account for Balboa, and I did 6 hours of research and gathered as much information from unbiased sources as I could and put it together in a slideshows, basically giving all the context to the history and the context to what's happening right now.
At 10:30 in the morning, Ishel and her fellow classmates walked out of their classrooms, all part of a growing movement of young activists nationwide, demanding awareness and action in response to the crisis in Gaza. Many of them were also at City Hall, where a press conference was held. The walkouts come in the wake of Tuesday's blast at a hospital in Gaza City, where hundreds of patients and civilians were killed.
I want to first recognize the fundamental dignity of all human beings, that we have a right to peace, to justice, to harmony, and to self-determination, not for one group of people, but for all people.
San Francisco Unified School District officials say they recognize the fear and concern students and their families feel at this moment. The district also confirms there have been acts of anti-Semitism in recent days and Islamophobia is on the rise. In a statement regarding the walkout today, they said, "Please note that while the district supports the right of our students to express their views in a peaceful manner, including their constitutional right to peacefully protest, the walkout is not an SFUSD-sponsored activity. Safety remains our top priority, and we are taking steps to ensure that we are creating an inclusive and respectful learning environment for all of our students." For now, Ishel will keep talking about this. She says their collective voice is a reminder of the power young people have.
This is the power I have at this school. The district gets funded for me being there. And if I'm not there for Palestine, I'm hoping it'll make a difference. I'm hoping that this will make a difference.
And Ishel tells me she hopes this walkout can help put pressure on the government or at least create a deeper understanding of the situation over there.